3 years ago, I decided that I would like to serve as chairman of the Democratic Party. And we talked about having a 33-county strategy. A strategy that reached out to New Mexicans in every part of the state. Rural New Mexico, urban New Mexico, New Mexicans that live on I-25 and I-40, and the ones that don't. Because I knew that every New Mexican mattered, and they deserved to hear about democratic values. And I'm proud to stand before you and say that with your help, with the leadership of the Democratic Party, with my staff members, our volunteers, I am proud to say that we made New Mexico a blue state in 08. I couldn't have done it without you. And today the journey begins, and I'm asking you to join this campaign. Join this campaign to make New Mexico a better place, to make sure that the future of New Mexico is in positive hands that are concerned about generations that are before us and generations that are to come. Because it is with your help that we'll be able to make New Mexico a better place for all New Mexicans. I have been talking about democratic values for 3 years, and I'm not stopping now. We're going to travel to every part of this state to talk about democratic values. And we're going to let voters know what we stand for and believe in. And we're going to let them know that as Democrats, we believe that every person deserves access to affordable health care now. As Democrats, we believe that every child deserves access to first-class education so that they can better themselves for tomorrow. As Democrats, we believe that each and every human being has the right to be treated equally in the eyes of the law. That's what democratic values are. We believe that Democrats, Republicans, independents, and every hard worker out there deserves to earn a fair and decent living wage for a hard day's work. Don't you agree? That's why I'm a Democrat, and that's why I want to be your Lieutenant Governor. I stand before you today as someone who believes in these values at my core. But not just because they're the right values, but because the man you see before you is a living product of those values. I can tell you that I recall growing up a young man in Valencia County. And a couple friends. Ron wasn't my friends. I grew up in Valencia County, and I can tell you that when I was Rafael's age, I remember commodities. And some of you in this room might remember commodities. But I can tell you that the democratic values that allowed those blocks of cheese and the powdered milk to be handed out to families in need, some folks called it a handout. My folks called that welfare program survival. That's a democratic value. Yeah. That's why those democratic values were founded in the ideals of great progressive Democrats such as Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the Kennedy brothers, and our President Barack Obama. With that being said, I think it's absolutely appropriate that we reflect upon the passing of a great American and a great Democrat, Teddy Kennedy. Ladies and gentlemen, his devotion to, his passion for, and his lifetime of service to make this country better for all is what inspired me, and I know it inspired you. And I'm here to tell you that every day on that campaign trail, and every day, if I get the honor and privilege to serve as your Lieutenant Governor, those are the values that I'll take to work with me and serve you as your Lieutenant Governor in Santa Fe. Those are our values.